I'm not putting people in for the fun of it. It's just the numbers that come up on the screen. That's just the way the power rankings work. It's not my opinion. Well, footballers, we are back again with another week of the Onefootball Power Rankings. This is where we take the top 10 players from around Europe and put them in some sort of list for you. However, you guys will remember that last week was the international break, so we had a separate international power rankings list. So what you're going to have to do before you consider these numbers is cast your mind back 2 weeks to what was going on in club football. With that said and done, we'll also have winners and losers of this week's. But before we get started on the week's power rankings, let me give you a reminder what the state of play was 2 weeks ago. Raheem Sterling was propping up the table in number 10 with the likes of Bernardo Silva, Dusan Tadic and Kylian Mbappe making up 10 to 6, with James Rodriguez, Luis Suarez and Sadio Mane in number 3, and Lionel Messi was at the top of the table. So with that over with, let's get on to this week's winners and losers, and we've got 2 each. First off, to the losers, and it's 2 goalkeepers. Hugo Lloris is our first one. You know exactly what happened at Liverpool. An absolute howler gave them the win over Spurs and saw them move ahead of Man City, however, only briefly. He did have quite a good game against Crystal Palace in Spurs' new stadium, but he's done enough to make himself loser of the week. Alongside Gigi Donnarumma, AC Milan lost 1-0 at the weekend, conceding a goal in the first minute. Basically, the ball was passed back to Donnarumma, and he just passed it to the Sampdoria striker De Frel. He then tapped it in, and AC Milan lost the game. But on to the winners for this week, and it's 2 Chelsea youngsters who have finally been given a shot. Callum Hudson-Odoi got his first start in the Premier League and became Chelsea's youngest ever player to assist a goal in the Premier League, and Ruben Loftus-Cheek continued his fine form after getting the winner against Cardiff by providing a goal and an assist in their 3-0 victory over Brighton. Okay, the winners and losers are out of the way, and we head into this week's power rankings, starting as always with number 10, and it's Robert Lewandowski. He always seems to be hanging around the bottom of the table because he finds the back of the net but doesn't really do much else. In his last 4 Bundesliga games, he has 6 Bundesliga goals, which is an incredible return, and he's also scored a few in the DFB Cup quarter-final as they just edged past second division Heidenheim to book a place in the semis. Number 9 this week is Nicolas Pepe, someone who's always knocking about on this list because he can't seem to stay away from the action. Over the weekend, he managed to get another goal and another assist as Lille consolidated their position in second place in Ligue 1. They're far too far away from runaway leaders PSG to catch them, and they're not going to be caught by 3rd or 4th place either. So it's pretty much plain sailing into the Champions League for Lille next season. In at number 8, and it's Lucas Digne, and it's someone who Barcelona probably wish that they had as a backup if Jordi Alba ever gets injured. Alba, of course, has had a fantastic season at left back for Barca, but if they did have Digne as another option, well, he looks like not the player that they actually sold to Everton. Because if he did, they probably wouldn't have sold him in the first place. However, for the blue half of Merseyside, Lucas Digne has been in fantastic form recently, and he's not just an attacking threat. He's been part of the defence which has kept 4 clean sheets in their last 5 Premier League games, so he deservedly sits at number 8 this week. Into number 7, and another defender, and it's a completely new player on this list. It's the central defender from RB Leipzig, Willi Orban. The Hungarian has been in brilliant form as Leipzig have not only reached the semi-final of the DFB Cup, but they have also managed to keep 4 clean sheets in a row in the Bundesliga. I know a lot of you say there aren't ever many defenders on this list, so with a couple of clean sheets in the last few games, Willi Orban makes the cut, and if he continues to perform like this, we could even see him reach higher. We may even have a defender in the top 3 for the first time ever. Number 6 now, and it's the man that everyone can't stop talking about. The man that is linked with every big transfer under the sun, and the man whose assists are helping Dortmund to potentially a Bundesliga title. He added another one to his collection at the weekend, and Jadon Sancho is on absolute fire. You can expect to see him in the power rankings throughout the rest of the season and probably into next season, although it may be in a colour of a different team. Okay, into the top 5 now, and it's last week's number 3. He may have moved down 2 places, but he's still in pretty good form over the last 5 games. Remember, guys, that is what we're judging the power rankings on. Not 1 game, not 2, but the last 5. As for Sadio Mane, he didn't have the most spectacular of games against Tottenham, but Liverpool still won as they are on their way to their first league title since 1990, if they can overcome Manchester City, that is. Of course, Sadio Mane's perform before that has been absolutely scintillating, so he holds on to a place in the top 5. Number 4 now, and it's Karim Benzema, the man who is keeping Real Madrid's season kind of alive. Along with Zinedine now returning to the Bernabeu, Benzema is really the only attacking threat the Real Madrid fans can shout about. In the last 4 games, he's got 4 goals and 3 assists, and with Bale constantly injured, Asensio out of form, and Vinicius Jr. injured for a few months, Benzema will probably be carrying the team until the end of the season. And then finally now we come into the top 3, where taking the bronze medal for this week is Luis Suarez. Now, he didn't actually score at the weekend, but did provide a scintillating finish to give them a point away at Villarreal in that fantastic 4-4 draw. Now, the best thing about Luis Suarez is that even when he's not scoring or assisting, he's still involved in the play. His movement is incredible, his work rate is infectious, and he's just an all-round unbelievable player. his link-up play with Lionel Messi causes every single defence problems in Europe. This leads me to the question, is there more a complete number 9 in world football than Luis Suarez? Let me know your thoughts down below right now, and then you can come back and check out who is going to be number 1 this week. So now we come to the final 2 on this list, and you guys should by now know how it works. I'm going to present a case for both before letting you know finally who takes the crown this week. First off, and of course, is Lionel Messi. You guys already know that he's going to be up there because his form has been absolutely ridiculous. He grabbed 2 goals against Espanyol before firing in a fantastic free kick in that fantastic draw with Villarreal. This means that he has 9 goals and 3 assists in his last 5 games, which is utterly ridiculous. But challenge him for the title of number 1 this week so he doesn't make it a hat-trick is James Rodriguez. Now, we have mentioned before that it is the last 5 games which count, so James Rodriguez claimed number 1 spot doesn't necessarily contain his last game. Now, although he did have quite a decent game, he's only scored in 2 of the previous 5 games, but that hat-trick against Mainz 3 games ago still counts towards his overall total. Over the weekend, he did actually have a pretty good game. As I said, he didn't score assists, but he did have more completed crosses, more completed dribbles, and more key passes than any other player on the pitch as Bayern Munich drew 1-1 with Freiburg. This goes to show that these ratings are not necessarily about goals and assists, but all assets of play. This makes James Rodriguez a pretty good contender to the throne this week. So before I announce who the winner is this week, just a reminder for you guys to let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. You let me know who should be in the top 10, who shouldn't be there, and who your winner of the week is. Of course, don't forget to answer that question, is Luis Suarez the most complete number 9 in world football? Whilst you're down there, you can also smash the subscribe button if you haven't, and a big thank you to those of you who already have, as we reach 250,000 followers on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that, and without further ado, the winner of this week is Lionel Messi. Of course, this was scoring that many goals, you can't help but put him at number 1, with James Rodriguez a deserved second. That's all from me. I will see you guys next time.